goes to blows in our way.
Yo, what's going on, guys? It's me, the Ninja Viewer here. Time for another exciting review of Fairy Tail episode 280 review. This episode of Fairy Tail, by the way, I apologize for the review being a little, not that late, but like a little bit late. And it's for a good reason. Pretty much, yeah. So in that regards, there were reasons why, which I mentioned. If you follow me on my social media, which is basically my Twitter, well, if you follow my Twitter, then you will pretty much get to know exactly what went down. And for those who did wish me some, their condolences, thank you very much for that. Due to circumstances, there was reasons why I couldn't really do it. Well, I was planning to do it mainly yesterday. It was going to be around like yesterday is when I wanted to do it, but due to uncertain circumstances, I couldn't really get it out yesterday. So just basically doing it today. So without further ado, let's get started with this review of Fairy Tail episode 280. So this episode, we finally get the reveal. Now we got JUIVA pretty much in this rain village, and we found out that JUIVA and Gray have been living together for the past year and a half, where they've been doing everything together from training to eating and not really sleeping in the same bed, which we all thought was going to be the case, but in reality, pretty much not really, until we found out that one day that his dark magic, the one that Gray's father pretty much left behind, pretty much went a little bit out of berserk, or just not out of berserk, but like it's starting to show even more. And not only that, but it's been taking a little bit over him compared to like other times pretty much. So that's pretty much what we found out, and because of that, he has pretty much joining up a dark guild, and that dark guild is called AVIATOR, and basically it's the new form. It's like pretty much like they just worship Zeref. Like these are people who are just like Zeref worshippers, and they just do it all for the sake of Zeref and shit like that. And we have this so we have them going on. Then we have, so basically like the other members, like after their little meeting, they pretty much found out that like while they were talking and finding out that exactly what they're planning in order to actually attack, especially they're knowing that Fairy Tail is no more, at least for now. Gray actually pretty much says the reason why that he was actually joining AVIATOR in the first place was because he wanted to gain more knowledge on the Book of End. He really wanted to get it. So he said, you know what, screw Zeref. I'm not really here for Zeref. I'm just here for the Book of End. I don't give a shit about any other y'all. I don't really care about any of you guys right now. I really don't care about you guys. I really don't. So that's basically the reason why I did it. I wanted to actually just get the Book of End to see what kind of power I could actually get out of that. So it doesn't really matter as long as we don't let Zeref know about this, or the leader know about this. That's pretty much all set and done, and that's pretty much where we're getting at right there. So now that I got JUIVA, hopefully JUIVA maybe probably gonna come there as well, but right now I think she's just too depressed about Gray right now, so she didn't really go with them. So yeah, anyway, so without that, and then meanwhile going on, we actually get to visit good old SABERTOOTH once again. SABERTOOTH is there, and it's actually kind of funny too. We got to see Sting. Oh god, I hate Sting. Oh Jesus, I hate Sting with a passion. I was not a big fan of this character whatsoever, and I know a lot of people were, especially one certain live reactor and reviewer, which we all know really is not a big fan of Fairy Tail, especially with this character is the reason why he dropped it. But when it comes to even me, I even agree. I was not a big fan of fucking Sting myself. But anyways, we got Sting, and basically like it looks like he pretty much gained like some weight, but in reality it was some kind of like eating contest that he had with Rogue, and I believe Minerva as well. Yeah, and Minerva was there, and they had some like eating contest thing going on. And when that happened, he just gained that weight, and then all of a sudden I forget her name. It's been a while. Was it Yukiko? Was it? I think Yukiko. It might have been Yukiko. I think that made him turn back to normal, if I'm not mistaken. Or was some other chick. I kind of forget though. But basically, that's the reason why he looked like that, and with a blink of a spell, he went back to his normal weight. And also, he just realized that Rogue and Frog, with Minerva as well, were going on this mission, and the mission was they were actually going to a top secret mission, but Fairy Tail is not accepting this. It's like, oh, this is for Sabertooth. And while Fairy Tail has been disbanded for a pretty good while, Sabertooth was the one that was taking more of the missions, and their guild was pretty much back on top due to them pretty much taking over after Fairy Tail disbanded. And because of that, more of the missions have been going towards more Sabertooth now, which kind of makes sense because Sabertooth is more of they're more now the dominant ones, because it makes sense. They basically took over and they're like, yeah, you know what, we got to get our guild back in full throttle. So that's exactly what they did. So because of that, Rogue and Frog, they're about to go, Rogue was about to go with them on a mission. Until then, all of a sudden, Natsu finally catches them just in the nick of time when they were just about to leave, like right outside. And then he takes Rogue. It's like, look, you know what, you may be back on top, but you know what? I need that mission. Fairy Tail needs that mission. But it's like, no, this mission was specifically for us. We can't really let Fairy Tail basically take this because there's no more Fairy Tail. But it's like, that's not true. We're bringing it back. And the actual reason why Natsu stopped Rogue in the first place, if he would have gone, Rogue would have... No, not Rogue. Frog would have died. Yes, Frog would have been killed off by Gray. Gray being the enemy, which makes sense. Gray joining Avatar, which makes a whole lot of sense. And this is because of Future Rogue, because Future Rogue gave Natsu this warning pretty much. He gave him a warning pretty much that Frog will die in that timeline where he is, thanks to Gray after joining Avatar, and he is pretty much the enemy. And that's basically why he saved Frog and Rogue from going to the actual Avatar base. And that's pretty much where we leave this episode off. Overall, when it comes to this episode of Fairy Tail, we didn't really get that much action, but, you know, we got the comedy factor, you know, still there, etc., etc. But everything was pacing really quick. Well, you know, Natsu, Lucy, Wendy, and all them, they're finally at the Avatar secret base. There's, you know, yeah, point A from point B, really, really quick. We got there much quicker because obviously everything's all based off the manga, everything's all canon, which makes perfect sense because this is the final season and the manga has been over for over a year and a half now. So it makes perfect sense on why everything is going fast paced, because everything is canon material and no longer filler. So that's basically what they're doing. So overall, when it comes to this episode, I would say it was pretty damn good, you know. So it's a pretty solid episode. So 4 out of 5 overall. Definitely cannot wait for next week because we got Natsu facing off against Gray. Judging from the preview, we got Natsu fighting off against Gray. I am super duper hyper for that. That I cannot wait for. Speaking of the animation, again, you could tell how much they've improved over the last 2 years, and it really does show. So that as well. And of course, the music is the usual music, which I'm glad they brought back. The kind of, well, it's the same composer, but you know, he's bringing back some old school Fairy Tail tracks that were in also the original seasons way back then, which I'm actually really glad they're doing, especially for the final season. They're handing the that I'm glad they're bringing back because that's the staple of the Fairy Tail anime. So that's it. So solid episode, 4 out of 5 overall. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below of this episode of Fairy Tail, episode 280, and I'll see you guys for episode 281 starting this weekend. Don't forget, guys, make sure you rate the video, comment, subscribe, click that bell, join the squad, boys. Follow my social media plugin, which is basically my Twitter, and my gaming, my gaming channel, the gaming channels, my gamer tags pretty much as well. And also, if you haven't joined, please, if you want to, join the Plus Ultra Discord down below. Until then, peace, soul, love, chicken grease, and the sky is the limit. Manga fans, keep supporting Richard Reader What You Watch. And that's it. Bye.